Okay, let me begin by apologizing. I got into a Resident Evil kick recently, and so a lot of my upcoming videos are going to be Resident Evil related. Don't think that I'm becoming a Resident Evil fan club, just it's a phase. I'll get over it. And to make things even a little bit more chaotic, I don't have every Resident Evil game. So I decided to do this chronologically from what I own. I don't have Zero or the original one or Code Veronica or Resident Evil 4, although I can review that because I've played it plenty of times. But so, that's why I'm starting off with the Resident Evil 2 Remake, which I'm going to get into right now.
Whatever it takes to save this city.
Surprised you made it this far.
Need info on my extraction. Survival's your responsibility.
So, let me start off by saying, oh boy, this video is going to get a lot of hate mail. I have a love-hate relationship with Resident Evil. I've never been able to play the original games. Just, I can't. I really can't. I've tried. I really tried. I tried playing Resident Evil 2, the original PlayStation 1 version, on my PS2 when I had it, and after playing for 5 minutes, it was like, yeah, no, I'm done. See, I could never get over the crappy controls. I mean, the tank-like movement where... I mean, whoever decided the controls on that is a psychopath. I'm sorry, but he really is. That's not how people move. And we don't move like tanks. I couldn't get over that. And so, I've always had a problem with this, and I literally had one idiot tell me that, well, you see, that's to make the game scarier. Crappy controls does not a scary game make. I cannot stress that enough. I am not scared when I can't control my character and I'm getting eaten alive. I'm ticked off. I'm pissed off. I'm not scared. I'm angry. I don't play crap like that. So, I sufficiently crapped all over the memory of the original Resident Evil 2. I'm going to get a lot of hate mail for that now. But I'm just explaining to you my love-hate relationship with it. But then I got word that they were doing a remake. Really excited. And years went by. You're just hearing rumors of this remake. Finally, it gets announced, and then it comes out, and I finally play it, and it has a decent control scheme, and it has a decent camera. I can actually move my character where I want him to go. I can actually look around where I want to look. Who would have thought? Yeah. Apparently some diehard fans, they thought that this ruined the series. No, it made it better. Scarier my ass. Finally, we have an iconic game where you can actually control it. With a decent working camera. What a novel concept. Now, even though I absolutely love the controls on this game, not all is perfect. You see, I naively assumed that if you shot a zombie in the head, it'd be dead. Yeah, in terms of Resident Evil, that's not the case. You see, I Hopped in the game, saw my first zombie, had a gun. It's like, okay, I know how this works. Raise my gun, bang, zombie stumbles, doesn't fall down, keeps coming. So I raise my gun again, bang, still coming. I click him off 3 more times, bang, 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 all headshots, still coming. Finally, by the 10th round, finally goes down. I was playing normal. I was playing the game on normal mode. So, I did the cardinal sin that a lot of gamers lose respect for people who do this. I turned the setting down to easy. See what it was like. That mode was a walk in the park. But you still had to shoot a zombie in the head 5 frickin' times. So, I kept it on easy because I didn't want to waste 10 rounds for each zombie I came across. You know, it'd be nice to come across a game that shoot a zombie in the head once, dies. I mean, if only there was a game like that. But continuing on. So, that wasn't a deal breaker for me. The zombies requiring 5 rounds to shoot with the head on easy mode. I kept going. And then I, of course, came across the infamous Mr. X. And that first scene where he's lifted up the helicopter tail is amazing. I mean, I was just like, oh my gosh. Immediately starts shooting from the head. And, you know, it was cool the first time that he showed up. It got annoying on the 40th time. Yeah. See, they had this random element to him where he just would independently look for you constantly. And he would just be able to find you. And ruin your day. And yeah, it seemed challenging on the 7th encounter. But when I was stuck trying to find out what to do next, I'm down in my last round, and here's Mr. X coming for me yet again, it got annoying real quick. And this led to the cardinal sin of forcing me to go online for help. Game lose points in my eyes when I get stuck at a place and it doesn't properly explain me what to do next, and I have to go online for help. Turns out that the missing piece I was looking for was in a room that I thought I fully cleared, but it had a secret cubby hole that I didn't think it had. Easy to miss. No way to really explain it. So it wasn't because I was being an idiot, it was simply because they didn't do a good enough job explaining how stuff works. So, yeah. But going on to something that I absolutely loved was the voice acting. I mean, Resident Evil games are infamous for having laughably bad voice acting. And this game, everyone did an amazing job voice acting. I mean, everyone. I didn't cringe once. Insane! A Resident Evil game with decent voice acting. Who knew? And another amazing thing were the graphics. This game was gorgeous. Absolutely beautiful. The way lighting and shadows worked was amazing. I mean, one of the most beautiful games on the PlayStation 4. There was just one thing though I noticed, and this might have been just with the PlayStation 5, but lighting on walls was a little glitchy. I don't know really how to explain it. Someone playing this game on PlayStation 5 will probably know what I'm talking about. But, I mean, it was just... I noticed it. It's not a game breaker. By any means. It's still a really gorgeous game. Just something I noticed on the PlayStation 5. And there was lots to do in this game, okay? Not only do you have the full campaign, you got 2 different characters to play as, and their campaigns are different. There's a lot that's the same, but there are differences in both campaigns. And that leads me to the other aspect of the campaign I loved. I loved the shorter second playthrough option. So basically, I played as Leon first, okay? And then when I finished this campaign, it gave me the option of doing the second playthrough. So this basically let me play as Claire Redfield, but it was more condensed, and it gave me an additional ending. And I absolutely loved that, because I was kind of dreading, like, okay, I definitely want to play both, but I don't want to go through a lot of the same stuff again. And I didn't have to, for the most part, with the second playthrough, and I absolutely loved that. And then there was all this DLC that got added through updates, like the Hunk mission, where you basically, without any ammo or health, just what you have, you gotta make it to this certain point at the end of the maze. I did it because I died, of course. But then you have these survival stories where you gotta play as different survivors that you kind of meet throughout the campaign. The weird thing, though, is that none of it's canon for some reason. I don't know why. But, so, yeah. It does give a couple of interesting backstories of some of the characters you meet, though, in the campaign. But after playing this, I actually kind of have hope for the rumored Resident Evil 4 remake. Because they remade this, they remade Resident Evil 3, and now the rumor is they're going to remake Resident Evil 4. I personally would like to see a remake of, like, Code Veronica, or maybe a remake of the original one. I know it's already been remade, but they didn't change any of the controls or cameras, so it'd be nice to get a decent playable version of that game. But no, I'm looking forward to the rumored Resident Evil 4 remake after playing this. I mean, this was a lot of fun. And I can't tell you how addictive it was looking for ammo. I mean, just any time I found a piece of ammo, I just like, ka-ching, you know. But, yeah, so I highly recommend getting this game. It's worth owning. Not just playing once, it's worth owning. Okay? Despite the fact that Mr. X got annoying, despite the fact that I had to go online to get past one spot, it's still worth owning. So, now if you're not into horror games, you're not going to like this, but looking for a decent horror game? Try out Resident Evil 2 Remake. You won't be sorry. I think that's all.